Okay, can I just stop for 1 second? Because Jean has a look on her face like she has something that she wants to say, and I want to hear it.
Since we have so many human beings, I think, in the audience, I'd like to just address the human question of this.
Please.
And also, since you mentioned mystics, and I'm very gratified that you've spent so much time studying mysticism. And mysticism is not something that begins in mist and ends in schisms. It's better than that. When you really look at what some of the mystics themselves, and I mean the old ones, have said about just this issue, the brain, mind, body question, you can really do no better than Francis of Assisi, who said words to the effect that what we're looking for is who is looking. And that seems to address who is it that is the looking. And then 100 years later, you have Meister Eckhart, who said, the eye by which I see God is the same eye by which God sees me. So already they were caught up in that fascinating conundrum. I personally believe that the selfing game is something that infinity does for fun, and that the paradox of being human, whether you talk about non-dual and singular, the paradox of being human is that we are finite and we are also the infinite. We are we inhabit the universe and the universe inhabits us. Part of my work is to take depth soundings of the human mind-body and find out what is there beneath the sensory physical, the psychological, the mythic and symbolic, and ultimately that what appears to be, because I've made a lot of studies of very deep creative thinkers, what is at the source of this immense creativity. We cannot say that the brain secretes thought the way the liver secretes bile, the way David Hume says. Something else much more complex, far more interesting, and involving the ecology of the universe itself is part of this whole creative process.
Is what you're saying an assumption, an intuition, or is there any proof to support it?
Well, there's a lot of proof if you look at a lot of the work that's being done in the studies of human consciousness. I believe that, but that's a whole different...
I just want to quote from Einstein, "Science without religion is lame, religion without science is blind." From Stephen Hawking, "It would be very difficult to explain why the universe would have begun in just this way, except as the act of a God who intended to create beings like us."
But Hawking's an atheist.
Please
look up those. This is a direct quote.
So what? He has stated, Hawking has stated on this very stage, he does not believe in God.
Why, he doesn't believe in the dead white male that you're talking about, the straw man that you have put up, or the mythical God that Sam Harris is talking about.
The God you put up is a meaningless, non-local God.
No, I just said, this is also the God that gives us inspiration, insight,